Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. We are still in Negril. Negril's development as a tourism destination began in the late 1950s. At that time, access to Negril was difficult because ferries were required to drop off passengers in the Negril Bay. The tourists, they would then have to walk through the water to shore. At that time, tourists, they would rent rooms inside the homes of Jamaican families already living in Negril, or they would pitch tents in the Jamaicans' yards. A man named Mr. Daniel Connell, he was the first person to create more conventional vacation lodging for the tourists. He was the first person to set up a guest house in Negril. It was called Palm Grove. Negril's welcoming and hospitable reputation, it grew over time, and the first of many resorts was built in the mid-1960s. The first hotel to be built in Negril was the Yacht Club by Mary's Bay. It was located on the west end. Negril is known for its nightlife, its 7 miles white sand beach, as also its food. And talking about food, the next time you are in Negril and you want some good, authentic Jamaican food, ensure that you check out the Sweet Spice restaurant. There is a pic, as also the phone number for the Sweet Spice restaurant on your screen. The Sweet Spice restaurant, it is considered to be a family favorite by Jamaicans and visitors alike. Sweet Spice, they offer takeout, but if you want to sit down in a comfortable, air-conditioned atmosphere and enjoy your meal, you are welcome to do so. So ensure that the next time you are in Negril, you check out the Sweet Spice restaurant. Trust me when I tell you, you will not be disappointed. So we have put the birthday greetings videos on hold for a while now. We are trying to straighten out a few stuffs before we resume. But that princess on your screen, she's one of the channel's youngest fan. Her name is Nalia Williams. Is it Nalia or Nalaya? She's living at Petersfield in the parish of Westmoreland. This princess, she's celebrating her first birthday today. Princess, your father Ibuka and your mom Georgia, they are asking us to wish you a happy birthday today. We are told that whenever you hear the theme song, you no care how hungry you are, no care how much ball you are ball. As you hear the theme song, you stop and start dance. We know that mommy and daddy, they are gonna be spoiling you today. Enjoy your day. Now in today's video, we have a whole heap of stories for you. You're gonna want to listen all of them. First up, on your screen is Mr. Garnet Foster Sr. and his son, Garnet Foster Jr. He's also known as Tristan. Tristan, he stabbed and killed his father in his sleep at Bullet Tree Lane in Petersfield in the parish of Westmoreland. He did this on the early morning of Friday, July 23, 2022. Now, on Tuesday, July 26, 2022, 1 year and 3 days after he brutally murdered his father, Tristan went before the Westmoreland Circuit Court, where he pleaded guilty for taking his father's life. The matter, it was put off for sentencing. Now, yesterday, Friday, September 23, 2022, Tristan, he went before the Home Circuit Court in Kingston, where the sentence was handed down. Tristan was sentenced to 15 years in prison, and he will be eligible for parole in 10 years. Also, another murderer was sentenced in the same court yesterday. Now, if you listen to other news outlets, you're gonna hear them describing this murderer as a teenage boy, but his correct name is Timoy Salmon. He was 13 years old when he brutally murdered 9-year-old Kadeja Saunders. This took place on Tuesday, June 5th, 2018. It took place in the afternoon at Bronte District in the parish of Westmoreland. Both Timoy and Kadeja, they were students at the New Works All-Age School, and they were both on their way home from school. The little piece of nastiness, he sexually assaulted Kadeja before killing her. The case, it was tried in the Westmoreland Circuit Court, and the jury, they returned a guilty verdict. Timoy, he was sentenced in court yesterday. Now, in handing down sentence, the judge, Mr. Courtney Day, he described the offenses committed by this little piece of nastiness as horrific. He also said that Timoy, he allowed himself to be overcome by this abnormal sexual passion towards a young child. Timoy, he was given life imprisonment and he will be eligible for parole after serving 23 years. He's now 17 years old. So, boy, may I tell you. In this next story, on Monday, August 30, 2021, we carried a story on this channel. That is the thumbnail for that video. It says, Rappy and Fleabag charged for Pete's murder. If you look carefully, the arrow, it is pointing at Rappy. Now, Rappy's correct name is Jeffery Campbell, and he is now 24 years old. In that case, the incident took place on Monday, August 16th, a little bit over a year ago. It took place at Water Lane in the Georges Plain area in the parish of Westmoreland. In that case, the man on your screen, his name is Pete Nemard. Pete was 24 years old and he lived at Jane Marks in Georges Plain in the parish of Westmoreland. Follow me now and follow me closely. Earlier in the afternoon on Monday, August 16th, some minutes to 1 o'clock, Fleabag, his correct name is Tian Campbell and he's 32 years old. It is said that Fleabag, he was at Top Lincoln in Grangeville when two hoodlums on a motorcycle rode up. It is said that the hoodlums, they brandished guns and opened gunfire at Fleabag. However, Fleabag was not hit. It was said that Pete Nemard was one of the hoodlums who fired at Fleabag. So later on in the evening, Pete, he was riding his motorcycle along the Water Lane main road when the allegations are that he was confronted by both Jeffery Campbell, also known as Rappy, and Tian Campbell, also known as Fleabag. They were on another motorcycle. It is alleged that Rappy and Fleabag, they shot and killed Pete. The police, they carried out investigations, and 1 week later, on Monday, August 23rd, 2021, an operation was carried out in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Both Rappy and Fleabag, they were picked up by the police. They were arrested and they were charged for the murder of Pete. Now, both of them, they went to court and they were subsequently granted bail by the courts. They were given strict bail conditions. One of the bail conditions is that they should not be seen in the parish of Westmoreland unless they are going to or coming from court. Are you still following me? Yeah, man, I hope you are following me. Now, we carried a story on Sunday, September 11th, 2022, and we told you that 4 men, they were leaving the posh nightclub at Georges Plain in the parish of Westmoreland. They were leaving on the early morning of Monday, September 11th, 2022, about 1 o'clock. The 4 men, they were walking home. On reaching a certain section along the roadway, the 4 men, they were approached by 2 hoodlums armed with guns. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at the 4 men who ran off in separate directions. The 2 hoodlums, they then jumped on a motorcycle that was parked nearby and made good their escape. It was then discovered that 3 of the 4 men were shot. One of them is that man on your screen. His name is Kevin Hamilton. Kevin Hamilton, he was popularly known as 1-2 and he was 36 years old. He lived at Jane Marks Road and he had received gunshot wounds to his face, the right side of his chest and his abdomen. 2 other men in the group were also shot. It is suspected that 1-2, he died on the spot. The two other men, they were rushed to a nearby hospital where they were treated and admitted. So the Westmoreland police, they commenced investigation into this matter, and we are told that at least one of the shooters was known and his name was given to the police. Earlier this week, on Wednesday, September 21, 2022, the police, they carried out an operation in the parish of St. Elizabeth, and the person who was identified as one of the alleged shooters in the death of 1-2, he was picked up. Now, yesterday, Friday, September 23, this man, he was officially charged. You want to guess who that person is? Well, it's that man on your screen who the arrow is pointing at. Jeffery Campbell, popularly known as Rappy. The same person who was on bail for the killing of Pete Nemard. So, Rappy, he will be going to the courts shortly. Now, the question is, do you think the judge is gonna offer him bail again? Ah boy. Now, this next incident, it took place late yesterday afternoon. Friday, September 23, 2022, about some minutes to 6 o'clock. It took place at Charlene in Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland. So, for months now, there has been some amount of mayhem being committed in the Charlene area. As a result, the security forces, they have increased their presence in the area. So, yesterday, a team of police officers, they were on patrol in the area. We are told that a young man, he was seen sitting on a motorcycle. He had a navy blue cross bag across his chest. On seeing the police unit, the young man, he hurriedly got off the bike. He then ran off. So, all the while, you hear about hoodlums running away and escaping from the police. Well, in this police unit, there were some young, agile police officers, and they were up for the challenge today, meaning yesterday. So, they sprung into action and they jumped out of the jeep. They chased the youngster. We are told that at one stage, this youngster, he was seen trying to hand the bag to a lady, but the lady, she didn't take it. He continued running and he ran into a house with the police officers closing in behind him. We are told that in the house, he was seen trying to hide the bag in a settee. He was accosted by the police and the bag searched, and bingo. It was found to contain one black Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with the serial number intact, affixed with a magazine containing 11 rounds of 9mm cartridges. As a result, this youngster, he was arrested and charged. He was charged for the offenses of illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. His name is Tyroy Brooks. He is 22 years old and he is living at Seaton Crescent in Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland. So, Tyroy, he will be going to the courts shortly to answer to the charges. Congratulations to the Westmoreland police for being proactive and recovering this weapon, as also charging someone for it. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, none of us know what kind of mission this guy was going on. He was on a bike with a gun, and we know that bikes and guns are deadly combinations. Officers, job well done. In this next story, we carried a story on Friday, September 16th, 2022, and we told you about an incident that took place the previous night, Thursday, September 15th, 2022, about 10 o'clock. It took place on the Sandy Bay Primary School compound at Church Lane in Sandy Bay in the parish of Hanover. We told you that man on your screen, his name is Syddoo Chambers. He was 32 years old and he was a chef at his father's restaurant. The name of his father's restaurant is Patch's Seafood Restaurant. It's located in Sandy Bay in the parish of Hanover. So, Syddoo, he was said to be on the school compound talking to his girlfriend. Her name is Anetta McCoy. She's popularly known as Hope. She's said to be from Anchovy in the parish of St. James. It is said that while they were talking, an argument developed between both of them and gunshots were heard. Syddoo's white Toyota Mark X motorcar, which was parked nearby, it was then seen being driven away from the location. We are told that when a family member of Syddoo went and made checks, Syddoo's girlfriend, Hope, she was not seen. Syddoo was seen lying on the ground with gunshot wounds to the right side of his chest. The police, they were called, and Syddoo, he was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was admitted in a serious condition. We are told that a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. We are also learning that Hope, she has not been seen or heard from since the night of that incident, and the police, they are searching for her. We are also told that she has deleted her social media pages. Syddoo Chambers, we are now learning that he has died in the Cornwall Regional Hospital. He succumbed to his injuries. Sad indeed. So this is now an active murder case. Anetta McCoy, also known as Hope, you are wanted by the police. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? Have you touched on the thumbs up button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to do it. And if you are over this side watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we are on our way to 120,000 subscribers. Hit on the subscribe button as also hit on the notification bell, then click all, so that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Now, in the final story for today, that man on your screen, his name is Clifton Hart. He's popularly known as Youthman or Red Boot. Youthman, he was 40 years old and he was from Blenheim in the parish of Hanover. And for years now, Youthman, he has been a conductor on the Lucy to Montego Bay route. He was the conductor on a Toyota Coaster bus. Now, we are not sure what's the reason, but last night, Friday, September 23, 2022, about some minutes after 8 o'clock, Youthman, he was on the job. He was on the Toyota Coaster and they were heading from Montego Bay towards Lucy. We are told that on reaching a certain section, a passenger requested a stop. But before the bus could come to a complete stop, a male passenger who was in the bus, he pulled a gun and he pointed this gun to Youthman's head. He squeezed, shooting Youthman at point blank range. Youthman, he fell to the ground and the hoodlum, he made good his escape. It is suspected that Youthman, he died on the spot. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Papa in Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up come now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder.